Good morning, colleagues. Hope you're good. It's been a while since I made a video, been a bit crazy. But I've been thinking a lot lately about school improvement and particularly school culture. And I've been speaking to quite a few school leaders about it of late. And it's been sort of taking up a lot of my brain space. And one of the things that always comes up in those conversations is whose responsibility is school improvement? Whose responsibility is it to change the culture at a school? And that can be the staff culture, the culture that the staff have around there, the way that they do things. What is the learner culture? What do the learners value? And the general consensus is that the responsibility of school improvement and school culture lies with everybody. It cannot just be the school principal, it cannot just be the school governing body, it cannot just be the management team. It takes all hands on deck for you to change a school culture. And if there's something happening at your school that you are not happy about and that causes a lot of distress, then we need to seriously think about our school culture and what we need to change it. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different response. So if there are things that you are very unhappy about around the culture at your school, it's going to take a bold step as a collective to get that right. And I think it's a worthwhile step to take. And it's hard and it's long and sometimes you'll feel like you're failing, and that's okay. In the moments where you feel like you're failing, you just evaluate, is what we've decided to do, is it the right thing to do? And if not, then we change it. We reflect on it, we strengthen it, whatever the case may be. But I think the point of my message this morning is that it takes everybody. I think what's the starting point of deciding on what you want to change at your school is obviously that there's an identified problem, something that you are not happy about. I think the first question that you ask yourself and the first question you ask your team is, what about the current culture are we happy with? What about the current culture are we happy with? What about the current culture are we not happy with? And evaluate those two responses, the responses for those two. And then you need to ask yourself as a collective, what do you want the school to look and feel like? What do you want the school to look and feel like? What do you want the learners to be doing? What do you want the staff to be doing? And once you've had that discussion around those two questions, then you start putting the plans in place in order to change that and to reach that goal of what you want your school to look and feel like. And it's not as simple as what I'm making it out to be right now. This is just the concept behind it. Because what's also important alongside putting the plans together, what are the indicators, the measurable indicators of success? So after 2 months we should be seeing this. And just be very specific about those things. But let me end off by saying that school culture, school improvement is not the responsibility of individuals or management members or governing bodies. It is the responsibility of everybody, and everybody needs to get their hands dirty and everybody needs to get involved. Otherwise things are not going to change. Have an awesome day and we'll chat soon.